I've been taking some side quests. Hi guys, it's Dustin. Today, I'm gonna react to a Jubilee video I'm in. I was in an Odd One Out episode, 6 Asian Men versus 1 Fake, and it just came out today. Let's watch it. I haven't seen it. I'm nervous. I haven't done something like this since a few years back when I was a part of a BuzzFeed video. Also, I feel like that BuzzFeed video is now a part of my legacy because people still bring that up to this day. I guess it's now a part of my lore. I guess I just gotta embrace it. Anyway, let's react.
I'm Asian.
I'm Asian.
I'm Asian.
I'm Asian.
I'm Asian. Ah, that's me. I am Asian. So we meet up at this like building where they film. You have to stay in your car until they text you to come in. And then right when you come in, they blindfold you. But basically that you like are supposed to be quiet and you sit in the chair and there's like curtains blocking everyone off in each section. So they'll lead you to the chair and you sit down. There's like curtains all around you. So then you don't see anyone else.
My name is Adam Pardo. I'm fully Mexican. At home, I live and breathe Japanese. My wife is Japanese.
I'm Dustin. I'm a YouTuber and musician. I'm American and I'm Vietnamese.
So actually, I am Vietnamese and Chinese, but I culturally identify more with Vietnamese. My parents are from Vietnam. We speak Vietnamese in the house.
I'm Tejas. I'm Indian American.
I'm Justin. My ethnicity is Filipino.
I'm Ronnie, and I'm Korean American.
I'm George. Work in regulatory affairs, and I'm also a content creator.
My reaction. You guys might be a little confused. This is my friend George, who I did not know was gonna be in this. We did not plan this. But right away when I heard his voice, because he has such a distinct voice, I was like, I know this bitch. I think they cut it out because they don't want us talking about how we're friends. But after he introduced himself, I did say like, hi George. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I was being a little bit strategic because right away when I found out that he was in this, I was like, oh shit, let me establish that we know each other so that everyone else knows, because that will help our chances. Because then everyone would know that we're both Asian because we're both friends and know each other. Even though like, I feel like if one of us was not Asian, I probably wouldn't have brought my friend now anyway. I was trying to save us both. I'm telling y'all, I went in prepared. I was trying to protect us from getting voted out. That was my main concern, honestly, was like getting voted out, but you guys will see.
My name is Kenichi. I'm Japanese American.
Hello, my name is Edward. I'm Taiwanese American.
I was gonna be suspicious of anybody who is Japanese, Chinese, or Korean because I feel like culturally it is very popular and language-wise very common and popular to learn.
And I agree with that. That was one of my strategies. Anyone who was Korean, Chinese, or Japanese, I was wary of. And honestly, I was right. I was right because the mole is Japanese.
I don't speak any other language. Kinda understand a little bit of Tagalog.
I speak a little bit of Vietnamese. I can understand it mostly. It's mostly like a Viet-English mix, like my parents would speak Vietnamese, mostly like commands and stuff.
I read a few comments already and people are already like commenting things like, oh, these people aren't like super, like they're not even talking about being Asian and blah, 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 blah. But like, we're Asian Americans. Asian Americans.
I'm like 80% fluent in Korean.
Indonesian was my first language.
Malayalam, Tamil in Canada, and a bit of Hindi. So I can be like very basic in conversation, but I can understand.
Why am I like that? I'm like, what is happening to my mouth? Also, with playing this game, it's actually kind of difficult. Being blindfolded really throws you off. I'll explain later, but this filming process got pretty confusing because of the blindfolds. It really is disabilitating. It's just hard to think properly.
Should we start with like something like really niche in our ethnicities, maybe?
No, let's be a little broad for the first
Broad?
round. Yeah, let's
Gotcha.
be a little broad.
Who asked for it to be broad?
Ronnie, the Korean.
Already, Ronnie was so funny. I love that guy. The thing with this filming process is obviously we all went in wanting to win. So with me, I went in really strategic and I knew the questions I wanted to ask. But every time before each round, they would tell us what they would want us to talk about. So in this round, I think they were like, okay, if you want to talk about like language, food, stuff like that. And then I feel like all of us kind of ignored. All of us were like, yeah. Round starts. So guys, and then we would talk about something completely different than what they wanted us to talk about. I don't know, the things they were asking us to talk about, it wouldn't have helped us win the game, which is I feel like what we all wanted was just to win the game. While the people at Jubilee wanted us to more talk about like, I don't know, more conversational, just like regular topics that wouldn't help us at all with guessing who's not the mole. My strategy, I'm gonna be really, really specific and niche, and how fast someone responds will tell me if they're the mole or not. Because I feel like the mole would have to think more about certain things, while obviously like someone who's Asian would know right away. One question that I wanted to ask, I don't think I got the chance to say it, but I was like, what are 3 common last names in your ethnicity? Go. And I wanted people to say it really fast, like right away. Because for me, I could say it right away. I was just trying to go through the nooks and crannies because obviously the mole was gonna be prepared, but I don't think they would be prepared enough to think that fast.
How do you guys feel about food?
It's good.
Well, I mean, like, you know, like
I feel like it wouldn't help that much because anyone can talk about food.
Exactly. Anyone who's gone to a Vietnamese restaurant can list Vietnamese food. Anyone who's gone to a Filipino restaurant can list Filipino food. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's so basic, that won't help. And the mole obviously knows the food.
Can we go down the line and everyone say if they were born in America or they were born elsewhere? Maybe that.
I was born in America.
Indonesia.
Okay, and
Wait, who said Indonesia?
Me.
I think you said Indonesian, no?
They're trying to get my boy. Stay away from my boy. Stay back. Stay back. If you want to get to George, you have to get through me.
Do you like martabak?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
What's the recipe?
Are you talking about martabak manis, martabak telur? Like,
He knows.
Oh, no, he got it.
This is the only time they ever grilled George in the entire game. And after he like got grilled in this portion, he was like safe throughout the entire game.
I've always been around like the OC area.
What part of Korea are your parents from?
He's such an OC boy.
South? Not north, definitely not.
what city in the?
That I don't know. I think my dad is from. Oh no, I went to Korea last summer and we visited his parents. It's like near the mountains. I don't know the exact city name because
I know it's pretty fucked up to not know where your parents are from, but I also understood him because everyone thinks being Asian, you have to know everything. Normal Asian Americans don't know everything. We have 2 cultures that we have to learn and keep up with and combine. I feel like it's so unfair to expect an Asian person or any POC to be in touch with their entire culture, know everything about their culture, and in this case, it's like, it's where your parents are from. That's like pretty important, but I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, okay? I don't know, I feel like we're expected to know everything while also being American, knowing American culture, assimilating to American culture. Obviously being an Asian American, there's gonna be a combination of both and one might be slacking than the other.
Can we say like our parents' names and like last names?
Wait, I don't know dox them, but
Okay, why I wanted everyone to say their parents' names was because I thought that was a really niche thing that the mole wouldn't know. Like, because the mole would have to make up a name on the spot unless they already prepared their fake parents' name. Again, trying to ask really specific niche questions that the mole might have not thought through.
Or how about we go down the line and we say our last name?
Justin SB. Oh my God, that sounds so white.
The downfall of Justin was he kept talking about how he sounded like he was the mole. I think rule number 1 of this game, never let mole leave your mouth. Never even say, oh, that sounds like I'm the mole. I feel like that just like brings all suspicion to you. I wonder if I blacked out because I don't remember having a lot of these conversations.
I have a lot of Filipino friends, so when I heard him like talk a little bit about Filipino last names, I think I felt like I was kind of in his shoes in a way. As a person who could be mistyped as like someone who's like Latinx, for example, because they have similar last names.
I thought about that actually. Obviously, I know of the Spanish colonization with Filipinos and stuff, but also I think at the end of the day, I was just gonna vote out anyone at all. At the end of the day, I wanted to win and I wanted to be the last one standing. With someone being Filipino, not only was that like a very uncommon last name, but also I feel like either way, I was probably just gonna vote him out. Just because I feel like any Spanish person could pretend to be Filipino as well, if that makes sense.
Do you guys think you guys can tell an Asian American accent?
Yeah, there's a cadence for sure. I've seen videos recently actually about it. It's like very like we pronounce things very like we enunciate a lot.
Yeah, you sound very.
Dustin's locked.
I heard a thing that we talk like very flamboyant in a way, but like in a kind of Valley Girl adjacent.
Honestly, I was spilling. Story time. In the interview process going into this, because after you apply, you go through an interview. And in this interview, I was just talking to this random white guy. And they were asking us like, what are some strategies that you think you would do? And I was like, oh, I feel like I could like hear an Asian accent. Not a typical stereotypical Asian accent, but like how an Asian American speaks. Obviously, I hang out with a lot of Asians. A lot of my friends are Asian. And I can hear it with my ears. There's just something about Asian American voices in guys specifically. After saying that in the interview, I actually got TikToks about it and maybe I'll put them in, but
is there an Asian American accent? I've had a lot of Asian American friends tell me they can hear one, and there is substantial evidence that listeners can identify Asian sounding voices at a rate higher than Shan's.
No, this is actually so crazy because I know exactly what he means by Asian Americans have an accent. It's like I can't really explain it, but okay, this might sound crazy, but they low-key sound like white gay men, but without all the extra flamboyancy. And I have two examples.
But I did a lot of research, and it's honestly really difficult to find trees that survive well indoors and also sort of. Filming yourself in public can be super intimidating, and sometimes the best way to feel confident is to watch someone else do it. So here's the uncut.
I was right. I was confirmed because that guy actually tried freaking gaslighting me into being like, I don't think so. Like, I don't think that's true because I just like closed my eyes and looked away for a second and heard you speaking and I couldn't tell at all. And I was like, well, I can tell. Me, an Asian person, I can. I didn't actually say that. I was like being nice or whatever because I wanted to get chosen for the video. But in my head, I was like, well, that's you. I'm Asian. I'm Asian.
I'm Asian.
Anyway, after this conversation, like I felt very safe at this point. I was like, okay, shit, I'm locked in. They think I'm Asian. Well, I am, but you know. So at this point, I was like, they know I'm Asian. They know George is Asian. We're friends. We're gonna fucking win this shit. So in my head, I was like, all we have to do is last until the last round. And then me and George, we can vote out anybody else, even if they're Asian. And then we could split the prize money. At the end, the more people there are, the less money you get because there's only a certain amount of money and then you split it in between who's left in the box. Also, by the way, the prize money is $200. For some reason, I thought it was more.
Justin, I wasn't for sure about.
They got my boy Justin. I actually thought I voted for him, but I guess I didn't. Honestly, good on me, because he wasn't the mole. At this point, I already knew the top 3 people I wanted to vote out. I wanted to vote out Edward. I think I was gonna vote out either Ronnie or Justin. Eventually, I would have probably voted them out. I think it was Justin. My third one was actually the mole. Which sounds so like, oh, you're gonna vote the mole. But genuinely, I was gonna, I mean, I said it in the thing, I was gonna vote out anyone who spoke Chinese, Japanese, Korean. I told y'all, I'm not lying. I'm not
Honestly,
lying.
his name was Edward. I was kind of just like voting anyone at all who like created suspicion.
And that's true. I was literally voting out everyone. Honestly, Edward, I didn't totally think he was an Asian, but I was like, he has slight suspicion, so I'm just gonna vote him out.
Did everyone grow up in Southern California?
No.
No.
I did.
Yeah.
Ronnie did, yes.
I grew up in Northern California.
For 12 years, I was in India, in Bangalore, and then I moved to the Bay Area.
Oh, where in Bay?
Santa Mountain, California.
Oh, I don't know.
Why that noise?
Sorry. So it's like
Not good?
No, they're like, you guys are best friends now.
NorCal buddies.
Well, I only know San Jose because all my family's from there, but.
Yeah, I'm actually living in San Jose right now.
You do?
Yeah.
Wait, what brings you to LA then?
For the show?
Wow.
Damn.
That's like mole level.
At this point, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna vote this fucking bitch out later. Like, sorry, I just called him a bitch. Sorry, Adon, if you're watching this, you're not a bitch. When he said this, I feel like he knew he fucked up. Who would fly all the way to SoCal just to film this Jubilee video? Like, we didn't get paid that much. We got paid $50 each. That's not that much for like 4 hours of work.
It's more level right
I don't know if I'd come all the way if I wasn't.
What if he's just like really rich, guys?
I think that's an insane level of commitment. I think Jubilee's great, but if you're coming just to be yourself, I think that's like a little extra.
He flew here. Why would you do that? Like, that's crazy.
Like your parents like specifically tell you,
that is
don't
fucking crazy.
avoid this particular, race.
Well, I think racism is very rampant in Asian culture. Obviously, there's colorism within our own like ethnicities and stuff. At least for Vietnamese people, like I mean, that's in Korean culture too. Like, look at the K-pop industry.
Yeah.
I always do not feel attractive compared to like my peers and.
Why am I so washed out? This lighting is not doing me well. My eyebrows look so thin and washed out. My hair, oh my God. I thought I looked good that day too. Damn, I don't look great. Damn, I wish I looked hot. Like, I wish I looked a little prettier. Fuck, I want people to thirst over me. God damn.
Whenever I talk about romance or love life, dating with anyone who's white specifically, I just kind of now locked in, like I can't emotionally really connect with them at all because I always say like we live such different lives where I'm like, so whenever I'm talking to like one of my white friends, I'm like, well, it's different for you. It's always gonna be easy for you. That affects my confidence because with like the music stuff, with the work stuff, talent can shine through no matter what, but with dating, physicalities is a lot of it, so.
Okay, something about filming this, the Jubilee team really wanted us to talk about dating. They kept on honing that in, like, so I think that's why that guy asked that question. It just felt really random, like none of us actually wanted to talk about it that much because it wouldn't really help Again, us with the game. Also, I agree with myself. Yeah.
They never said like, don't date this race. It was always just, please just date a Korean girl. I didn't really mind because like my preference is Koreans as well.
This is such a weird topic. Like I literally had nothing to say. I don't really have like preferences in race and stuff. I find that very odd sometimes. Which also, I felt like I wasn't talking enough, so I was kind of scared I was still gonna get voted out.
You said you were in India for 12 years.
Correct.
Did you go to like a certain type of school? Did you go to national school? Did you go to...
I went to an international school, yeah.
I was a little bit suspicious of this guy, of the international school thing, but I overall wasn't really too suspicious because I feel like with Jubilee, there's always the one token South Asian. Every Asian video I've seen from Jubilee, there's always only one South Asian. So I was like, oh yeah, this is the token South Asian guy, obviously. I honestly wasn't suspicious of him at all. I really believed him.
Your accent sounds very hip.
Mine?
Yeah.
I can also speak in an Indian accent, if that would help.
That's crazy. That's so crazy that you said that.
Well, I don't know if the language will actually help that much because like...
It's because he doesn't want to speak it.
Well, I could speak Chinese.
Sorry.
Wait,
Who said that?
Edward.
I was so suspicious of Edward.
Can you rip some Chinese for us?
Rip some Chinese.
Oh my god, I'm nervous because at this point we're all about to like speak a sentence of our language. I cannot speak Vietnamese. I can speak a little bit, but like not really well. Like if a Vietnamese person watches this, I'm so sorry. I said I don't speak the language well. I said it. So get off my dick. At this point, look at my stance.
と申します。
Why am I standing like that?
My bitch pose is nasty.
Is somebody gonna match my freak?
ケンイチと申します。基本アメリカ生まれ育ちなんだけれども、両親とも2人日本人です。So I just said that my name is Ken.
He's just too good. He's just too good at his language. Any actual Asian American doesn't know their language that well. He just spoke Japanese like way too eloquently and like properly. And I don't know, I feel like Asian Americans, like if we do know it, we speak in slang or not as proper grammar, you know? While him, it sounded so proper, like he learned it like in school or something, and he knew like all the punctuations and
he was just too fluent.
He was like the most Asian sounding person, so like inherently I was thinking that that might be like kind of like a throw off because you'd automatically assume that someone who sounds like that is from Asia in general.
Me and Tay just are like this. We get each other. Every time they've done one of these videos, they always just bring someone who is a master at the language. Like last time, I think they brought in like a white guy who was really good at Mandarin. Like it was just very suspicious. I'm like, you're just too good at your language. You know what I mean? You studied this.
Bahasa Inggris terlalu... well, as you can tell, I'm not like super fluent, so like I'm already messing up on my word.
Me trying to help him out. No, that sounded good to me. That was good. No, that was good. That was actually good. That was so good. That was so fluent. That was so good.
Just to protect myself, I'm gonna go with 2 languages. First is Malayalam.
Why did I laugh like that? Okay. Also, why is my mouth always open? My mouth is just like open all the time. It's always like, I'm like an American Girl doll.
So my Vietnamese is pretty bad, but
I can't even listen to this. I'm scared. Any Vietnamese person, I'm gonna get so flamed. I'm so sorry. I tried to learn it. Like I did have like an over 200-day streak on Duolingo, but I lost it.
I'm gonna say my Vietnamese is bad. Tiếng Việt của tôi không tốt.
At least I was very transparent.
You can also count to however long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, but yeah.
Bitch, I was so desperate, I just started counting. I was like, oh shit, let me just throw in some more Vietnamese words. Damn, I was desperate. After that, I literally thought I was gonna get voted out.
I just have an older sister, and her name is Trisha.
You have like an ethnic name, but your sister doesn't.
My sister's Vietnamese name is Thuy Tiên, but I have 2 other brothers, but we're also all just like, they have the same name for me, except their name is Daniel and Derek.
Honestly, even after the whole Trisha thing, I still believe that man. I was like, okay, your sister's name is Trisha. That's cool. I was still on that Edward grind. Okay, here's a little ad. They chose me to do their ad for the Nectar app.
Hey, put that back on.
Sorry, I was just checking our compatibility on the Nectar app. It says we're 94% compatible?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I want to see. Oh my gosh, oh.
That was the director. Like so nice, so sweet. Should I put that in my acting reel?
To decide whether or not you want to continue the game. If everyone feels confident that you have already caught the mole, then you can end the game now. But if the majority has doubts, the game will continue. Please raise your hand if you want to continue playing the game. Majority rules, the game is over.
What? Are y'all serious? I feel like we could have got a few more rounds in there. Damn, that's early. Have y'all watched this series? Like, 2 people out and we want to risk it. There's like 5 people in the box still. I was a bit annoyed, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm going to turn the light.
I was hella annoyed, actually. I was actually pissed the fuck off. How are we ending the game right now, guys? There's 5 people in the box. You think our chances are good right now? You think we voted out the mole just from 2 people? Y'all are lying. I think why I was annoyed was because, first of all, I could have won the damn game because everyone believed I was Asian. Everyone believed George was Asian. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but throughout the entire game, me and George, we didn't really get questioned ever again. Also, another thing with this, back to what I was talking about, how the blindfolds are kind of like disabilitating and confusing, was they actually kept on having us vote twice. So whenever we would vote someone out, they would have us vote twice, which was very confusing. We were just all kind of out of it because we were blindfolded. Actually, after the first round, they had us, when they were voting twice, I voted the first time. And then the second time, they were like, did everyone vote? I don't think I voted the second time because I forgot, because Edward was last, so I had to like raise my hand last and I would just zone out by that time. So then we had to vote a third time, and that's when I raised my hand. So with this specifically, deciding whether or not to end the game or not, they had us vote once, and me and Ronnie, we both raised our hands to continue the game, and then George was a little bit like halfway because he didn't know if he wanted to continue the game or not. So then they had us vote again, and they told us to raise your hand properly so that they know, because they were like, some of you guys look confused. So then the second round, we voted again, but this time Ronnie didn't raise his hand because he thought, he told me this by the way, I'm not just making shit up. He thought that the director said, raise your hand if you don't want to continue the game. So that's why he didn't raise his hand again. So this is like edited obviously, but we did vote twice and 3 of us did raise our hands technically. They just had us vote again and it was confusing, so only 2 of us raised our hands. So the game should have continued. Whatever, it's over. I'm too competitive, man.
The light is red.
Damn. Oh my god. Oh my god, we could have won money. Funny thing about the reveal, at first they were like,
do not remove your blindfolds yet.
Again, it's the whole repeating thing that kept confusing us. The second time, after a few minutes or whatever, I thought they said, okay, now reveal your blindfolds. So then I was like, okay, sick. I lift my blindfold and then they're like,
don't reveal your blindfold.
So I was like, oh shit, sorry. And at that point, I already like saw who the mole was. But I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I took off my blindfold and I was like, who's the mole? Like, I saw the guy obviously without his blindfold on, but in my head I was kind of like, oh, like maybe he like lifted his blindfold too. Like, where's the mole at? Where's the mole? Like, because I was expecting like a white guy. So when I saw the mole, I was like, he looks Asian to me. I don't know who he is. He looks ambiguous. He could be like South Asian or something. I don't know. So I had to pretend that this was my first time seeing this man.
Very nice.
I was really happy that at first nobody gave me a single.
Okay, I don't know if you guys could see in our faces, but after he revealed himself, we were all just like, so like, are you not Asian?
Wait, so what is your ethnicity?
There it is. We're like, so like, what is your ethnicity?
Now my wife is from Kyoto, from Japan.
Day off in Kyoto, I board at the temple.
Japanese culture, really?
7-Eleven. Okay, so that was the Jubilee video. I was scared to do this, like going in, because I was like, oh shit, I don't want to get hated on. That's the thing with Jubilee, it's like the audience is very ruthless. So going in, I was overthinking a lot. I was like, oh shit, like, do I be myself? Do I talk a lot? Or do I just stay quiet and like not be annoying so that people don't trash me? I don't think there was even enough time for me to even do anything. Because I went in with this video where I was like, okay, either I'm gonna win some money or I'm gonna get some publicity. Okay, like I want people to know who I am. But I feel like I didn't even get the chance to do any of those things because obviously I didn't win the damn money. And also, we played the game for only 2 rounds. So I didn't even have time to talk. There wasn't any opportunity for me to show my personality. I didn't even get to throw in any jokes. I was sad. I was honestly, afterwards I was like, damn, like, I feel boring. Fine. Maybe I'll be in another Jubilee video. I actually did take some footage the day of filming this, so I'll probably insert that in.
Can I get a video?
It's deceiving.
Jubilee. Yeah, overall, my experience with Jubilee was really fun. I would do it again. Should I FaceTime George? Hi. I'm recording, just so you know. What did you think?
I thought they cut all the good parts out.
What were good parts? I feel like they left everything in. Honestly, I was shocked that the video was 20 minutes. They really like milked it. Describe your experience, like share stuff right now.
Are we allowed? I'm scared. And
I spilled. And I also talked about how we knew each other.
I love seeing your reaction of just like, was that when you recognized it was me?
Yeah.
It was funny. It was just when you were like waiting, you were first blindfolded and then you like walked in. You started talking to people right away. I guess like I didn't because they were like no talking. So
I know. I was breaking the rules.
Like the moment I heard your voice, I was like, I think this is for sure Dustin.
Yeah.
I was just wondering. I'm like, how do I let him know it's me? I wish we weren't interrupted so many times. I wish it was like we were allowed to just like talk and flow. I didn't want to play into any narrative. Are you happy with how you were presented on the show?
Honestly, I wish I was presented more. Like, I wish I had more screen time. I wish the game went on longer so that I could talk more.
I'm surprised they released it.
Because we got that email that was like, oh, sometimes the video doesn't come out. I thought they were just gonna get canceled or something.
Yeah. But I'm surprised that like it lasted 20 minutes. Like at the end of the day, I think like it would have just been us two.
Yeah, that's what I was telling them. I was like, we would have just voted everyone out either way.
Yeah, just for the sake of like, okay, at least Dustin and I could split.
Yeah.
If Jubilee would invite me again, like I think I would go again.
Okay.
Just for like the fun of it.
Say bye, George. I guess that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I feel like a lot of you guys didn't see this coming. Definitely a side quest for sure. I will see you guys in the next one. And what we learned today, guys, if you're ever a part of a Jubilee Odd One Out video, play the damn game strategically. All right. Bye, guys.